So this one is a TWSBI Iris in a 700R, and the nib on it is, shows a B for bold. So this is a bold nib. Let's see how much this one weighs before we put ink. This TWSBI is a little bit different than the others that I have in that this barrel is not faceted. It's completely clear and smooth. That's because this is a vacuum filler style of pen. So the others that I've shown prior, for example, this one in the gold, this has a faceted barrel, and this one is a piston filler. This is a piston that screws up and down in order to bring in the fill. But this one does something a little different. It unscrews here and then pull a lot like a syringe and snap. And when it snaps, it automatically pulls all the ink into the barrel. So I'm going to try that with this pen for the first time. So for that, TWSBI has a specific inkwell for it. So this is the one that I have. They have ones with different colored tops, but it's specifically made for the vacuum filler pens. So what you do is you unscrew this part right here, and this is the adapter where the vacuum nib goes inside. So it will just connect right in here like so. And you'll see the nib is right there. You'll hold it upside down and you'll be able to push and all that ink will come into the barrel. At least in theory, that's how it's supposed to work. So we'll see if I can do this right. So the ink that I'm going to use today is by Colorverse. It's called Hayabusa Glistening. So this one is a purple ink. None of my other pens have purple, and I thought it would go just perfect with this Iris pen. All right, so this is one of my heavier pens. It weighs in at 35 grams. 1.2 ounces. 35 milliliters. So yeah, this is definitely one of my heavier pens. 35 grams, and you can feel it. Now this one I probably would not post because it is so long already. You can post it. Let me feel, there's threads there. There's no threads here. So it can be posted, but it's super, how would I explain it? It's super top heavy if I post it like this. It feels really weighted like an uneven pendulum on this side. So I would probably just use it as a pen without it being posted. So let's go ahead and try this technique of loading it with the TWSBI ink. Since there's only a little bit of ink in this tank, I found that when I turn it upside down, it's not enough ink for it to be able to grab it. So I really think you need to be able to fill this more with more ink than an ink sample in order to be able to use this. But that's okay. I have another method. This is called, I forget, it's by this company, Ink Miser. And this is great because it helps me get every possible drop of ink. So I'm going to pour it out of here. Okay, so this one, my fill is not great, but I have a fill, so I'm gonna go with it. If any of you have extra tips on filling this thing easier, for example, do I need a full well of ink instead of an ink sample? I really struggled getting it filled from an ink sample. So let me know what your experience has been. I may just need to finally crunch down and pick a bottle color for this pen so that I can fill it more easily. So I carry my little sample notebook in this Anna pouch by Hobonichi. I take that with me in my meeting bag because I take my fountain pens with me to write at the meeting. And so it helps me see what I have currently inked, what those ink colors look like, and what pen I have them in. So here's the TWSBI Extra Fine, there's the Mini with the medium nib, and there's the TWSBI Stub. So I'm going to put the bold right here above the stub. Let's see how it starts. Wow, it started right away. There was no hard start at all. It just immediately flowed. Okay, so that is how this one writes. It is a very bold writer, that's for sure. So this one I would probably use for titles or themes, not just for my note writing. Same as the TWSBI Stub. TWSBI Stub is really big and you can get some variegated lines with it, whereas the bold is a similar thickness, but it's all one, like a monoline. So for writing notes, what I've been using so far is I have been loving this. This medium nib is just great. And honestly, the extra fine has been great too. So I'll be curious to try a fine. I don't think I have a fine nib yet. I thought I did, but apparently not. So this I carry with me so I know what ink colors and where things are, and I just update it as I go along. But I've been using this one since May of 2022. So some of these I need to do an update because like this one has run out already. I need to clean out that pen. I believe this one is run out as well. This one is about done. This one's about to be cleaned. So yeah, we're going to do a new currently inked here pretty soon because most of these pens are about to just hit clean stage. And then I've been using more of these TWSBIs lately. These are what are actually in my carry-on. And then I have some of the newer Kavecos that are inked up. So that is it for today. Let's get a final measurement on this iris since I can't remember if I did that before or not. So for this iris pen, it measures 5 3/4 when it's closed. And then if we post it, although I doubt I would ever use it this way, then it is super long at almost 7 inches. So that's like 6 7/8. Pretty big. So I doubt I will use it posted. I will just use it as a pen at this length here. But wow, let's get a close-up one more time of this nib. So here's a close-up of that nib. You can see the turquoise, teal, purple, yellow, orange, just all of these colors give this pen a really unique feel, like a rainbow. And it reminded me of the entrance of our neighborhood when we lived in Quito, Ecuador. It wasn't lit like this for any special occasion. It was just always lit like this every night. So we'd follow this road and it'd go up to our condo. And first thing in the morning at 9,500 feet, that was the view. It would clear up until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then it would start getting cloudy. But what this guaranteed almost every day is that after the afternoon rain, about 4 o'clock, this beautiful rainbow would appear in the valley. So that was just some spectacular views from the same view every single day, year round, was quite amazing. then sunset would come and you start getting that glow and just see the snow-capped mountain in the distance, and then these beautiful moon views at night. So using this iris pen is going to remind me so much of those daily rainbows. Well, if you enjoy Fountain Pen Friday, feel free to subscribe to the playlist below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one.